Let's get started. Good morning to those of you located across the US, and also good afternoon to our customers coming from the UK and Europe. We've got a lot of customers attending today from our global customer footprint, which is fantastic. Welcome to our webinar on how to maximize your service with hardware monitoring. For those customers out there that I haven't had the opportunity and pleasure of meeting, my name is Brandon Harmson, and I'm the Technical Solutions Manager here at Service Express. Along with me, you'll notice two additional faces from our ExpressConnect integrations team, both James and Nick. James, would you start by introducing yourself as well, please, today?
Absolutely. Thanks, Brandon. Pleasure to meet everyone. I'm James Woolley, our Senior Integration Specialist with ExpressConnect team. Been with Service Express a little over 10 years now.
Yeah, I'm Nick Donegan, Integration Specialist, and I have also been with Service Express for over 10 years. We're excited to get this started today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nick and James. Thanks for joining us, as well as our customers here today. We do have just a few quick housekeeping items before we move forward with our agenda. First off, this webinar will be very quick and tight. It'll be 30 minutes long. Please use our chat function to ask any questions or interact today during our session. Of course, depending on the number of questions that come in, we want to make this interactive, but we'll do the best we can possible to answer as many questions that we see out there. Also, at the end of the session today, you will be receiving a follow-up email with an opportunity to get started taking the steps with ExpressConnect monitoring and integration, that we can start generating automatic service tickets for you. So to kick it off here, I wanted to start out by just using that chat function, right? We just talked about it. So go ahead and start using your chat function. I have a question for everyone here. We know that the various monitoring, integration, and ticketing solutions providers have either reached out to you or you've reached out to them, trying to find solutions that are best for your specific environment. So if we could, by using the chat, what kind of monitoring, ticketing solutions are we using today? And use that chat and just get us started with some examples, and knowing that you may have multiples depending if it's on your storage or if it's a ServiceNow or a SolarWinds. So I'll just pause here for a moment if you don't mind sharing a little bit of the monitoring or ticketing solutions via the chat that you're using today. All right, I'm not seeing any come into the chat today. There we go. Thank you, Dave. Dynatrans, Small Shop, SolarWinds. A couple more trickling in. ServiceNow, Jira, Freshservice, Zabbix. Yep, Halcyon for iSeries. Yep, ServiceNow. Yep. All right, fantastic. Appreciate the interactions here just to get us started. It's always good to know, what our customers are using, because just like our ExpressConnect portal, our ExpressConnect monitoring is going to continue to develop and grow with our customers through the voice of our customers and the solutions that our customers are using, ensuring that we can meet our customers where you're at to get that automated service ticket opened up. So thank you very much. So let's move it along to our agenda for today. We're going to start off with what is ExpressConnect monitoring. Next, we'll move into the various and variety of monitoring, integrations, and ticketing solutions that Service Express can offer to meet our customers where you are at. We do have a lot of customers on monitoring today. We also have a lot of interest in customers getting on monitoring. That's another reason that we're here today. But a lot of times we hear, hey, I'm really interested as a customer, but what is the actual onboarding experience? What steps might I have to take? What steps are in partnership with Service Express, and how long might that take? So we'll walk through each of those integrations and solutions so that you're familiar when you think about the type of equipment that you do have in your environment and your solutions. Second from the bottom, why use monitoring to automate service? Of course, we're having this today. If we move forward with this, which we're hopeful for, there is some really good opportunities for improvements, and we'll walk through the benefits of that. And then lastly, engaging the ExpressConnect team. Essentially, what does next steps look like to get monitoring implemented and installed, integrated in your environment? So to kick it off, let's get started with James leading. What is ExpressConnect Monitoring?
Awesome. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, to start us off, I'm going to go over a little overview with us. For ExpressConnect monitoring and integrations, that's where Service Express can be set up to receive hardware alerts to automatically open a service ticket with the primary field engineers, which also initiates our service process. So that's a guaranteed 30-minute callback, which is beginning to coordinate our service calls. Our engineers, they don't just head out on site when they receive these. We always ensure we're getting the right information with our customers' teams that we're communicating with. By implementing ExpressConnect monitoring, your teams will no longer need to determine what to do with the hardware alerts you might already have set up, or head out to the data center to manually look for those amber lights to then place a service ticket with Service Express. We'll begin to receive those events within roughly 30 seconds of the devices or monitoring integrations generating that alert, and process them against our system, which is aptly called Alert Hub. Alert Hub is the engine that drives all things ExpressConnect monitoring, where my team does our work to connect our customers' equipment, and we can also create things like custom filters when they're needed. So yes, instead of your teams having to make any changes on your side, we can create filters on our side to make adjustments, so that way we're only taking action on hardware events. This processing will also check the incoming messages to match the domain to the proper customers, parse the message for a serial number or host name to match against our Service Express agreements, and also check against any of those filters that may be needed to then open a service ticket for the proper field engineers. Then if we go to the next slide, Brandon, we'll talk about what kind of solutions we do have. We have a variety available. All solutions are included with our service agreement already, so our customers, they have an option of, mix and matching these as needed. So with ExpressConnect, we've got a variety of solutions that can be used to custom fit your specific needs. Start off on our in-house solutions. We love utilizing the built-in capabilities of your systems that we're supporting. For most of these solutions, we're using that built-in call home function to add Service Express as an email recipient for hardware events. So we're just asking for an email to be opened up to us so we can receive that. That's just going to be the machine data. We're not getting into any OS level information or user data. We also have the option for those devices that do not have that call home capability, or if it's behind additional licensing, we've developed an appliance we call our virtual machine that can be deployed to receive SMMP traps. This was developed internally by Service Express, and Nick, he's going to go into the deployment here shortly. If you're already using a tool in-house, as we asked earlier, we do have the ability to integrate with those monitoring softwares. So to do this, it's very similar to Call Home. We're adding Service Express as an additional email recipient to any hardware events you might have created. By doing this, we'll be able to receive those events, parse for those serial numbers, and open a ticket against them. And finally, we do have our ticketing integrations. This is a little separate from the monitoring integrations, to where customers might have already done the work to automate their alerts or have a preferred workflow to engage Service Express. So with these integrations, we do utilize our ExpressConnect API to communicate with our portal, and this relays the appropriate data between the two systems. We have developed a ServiceNow app and also have an external facing API for our customers to utilize and develop their own custom tools. And moving on, now that we've covered the overview, I'm going to hand off to Nick, and he's going to go through our customer onboarding experience for each of these solutions.
Thanks, James. All right. So all of our solutions are pretty much going to have the same kind of results, same kind of setup. You're going to engage our team, you're going to get procedures, and then we're going to test and make sure everything's working, make sure that we're receiving the alerts, and everything is activated in our Alert Hub system. With email-based or native call home monitoring, here at Service Express, we try to take a non-intrusive approach to monitoring when possible. So if a system does have that SMTP or call home monitoring capability, we're going to try to utilize that. We have over 50 procedures written up on different systems on how to configure them and point them to Service Express for monitoring. Once the procedures have been implemented, a test is sent. We verify that we received the test, that your system is set up in Alert Hub, and From there, tickets are automatically opened on any serviceable events. So like James said earlier, we do try to filter out anything that's an informational alert going forward after the setup. You can move on to the next one there, Brandon. So the next one, monitoring appliance. We're pretty proud of our appliance here at Service Express. Some systems have SNMP based monitoring built into them, into the management interface. So the email capabilities do not work. Examples would be ProLiant, ILOs, PowerEdge, iDRAX, Cisco networking devices. In order to monitor these, Service Express has developed a virtual appliance that is ready to deploy to our customers. You would download the image, import it into your hypervisor like vSphere, and then your devices would point to that. From there, our appliance converts the SNMP traps into a readable format and sends them securely over to Service Express via our API. Our appliance has a friendly interface and an auto-configure system to assist in configuring your SNMP devices in batches so that it makes for a quick and easy setup. Our integration specialists, again, will be available to assist and walk our customers through all aspects of the setup on a 30 to a 60-minute deployment call. We can move on to monitoring integrations. So you may be already monitoring your own systems and you're thinking, why would I implement any of these? Then you're in luck. Service Express can integrate with a lot of the main monitoring systems out there. SolarWinds, HP OneView, Dell OpenManage, Nagios, to name a few. Adding Service Express as a recipient to these systems simplifies the monitoring process and it forwards the alerts to us. We have procedures to assist in this setup as well. Complete the procedures, adding us as an email recipient to the alerts, send a test, we verify we received it, and the automatic service tickets are set up. And just looking, James just popped in. We have 11 potential new integrations that we are working on currently. So that list is growing. Perfect, right there. If you have ServiceNow, placing tickets with Service Express and placing internal incidents in ServiceNow can be a headache. If you head over onto the ServiceNow store and search for ExpressConnect, we have a certified app on the ServiceNow store to sync our ticketing systems. This way, if you place an incident in ServiceNow on a device that's on contract, it will reach out and place that ticket with Service Express as well. In turn, if you have monitoring set up and tickets are being placed automatically with Service Express, ServiceNow will reach out and check for tickets every few minutes, then create an incident if a ticket was generated with Service Express. This is all done via our ticketing API. We're also certified up to the newest Xanadu version for ServiceNow. All that information can be found in the store. So if you guys do have any more interest in that, check it out in the store, then engage one of us. All right, moving along. Our API in general. If you like the idea of a ticketing integration, but don't have ServiceNow, or you prefer a custom solution, you can always use our API to build out your own ticketing integration with Service Express. Our API endpoints are listed here, and when you're ready, we can get you an API key to connect your agreement data from Service Express to that configuration that you set up. From there, we're going to head back to Brandon on why to monitoring and automate service.
Yeah, thank you, Nick. We're doing pretty good on time here. Keep in mind that if you have any questions that arise, any thoughts or feedback, please do use the chat to share those thoughts and ideas with our team, please. So next year, yeah, we've spent time together today. We've learned about the solutions that Service Express can offer, the onboarding process, but what's the value of it for you as a customer? There's actually value in it for you as a customer and value in it for Service Express. And really, the monitoring and integrations that we can do really help to automate that service process and really help us to meet that SLA of 99% SLAs being met. So from a time standpoint, a turnaround standpoint, it helps you, it helps us. But immediately the service ticket is going to be generated, and that's going to do a good job of limiting and minimizing hardware failure to resolution time. We're going to catch issues early on before they build and potentially result in a significant downtime or data loss. I know the third check here is a big one. That in speaking with our customers, a lot of our customers are scored or graded on uptime for their end users, right? Well, yeah, we know a fair amount of systems are redundant, but still, this can help to guarantee and improve the resource availability for your users. Always on, always connected, as we view it, as much like yourselves that are attending today. And then lastly, just simple, gain the simple peace of mind knowing that your equipment's being monitored 24/7, every minute of every day, year round. And Service Express is here to help. All right. Before we get to questions here, this is next steps or action opportunities. Again, we cover the various solutions, how we can meet customers where they're at. What does it look like moving forward now to engage the ExpressConnect team? So there is an email that will be coming out to all of our customers here that attended the call, attended our webinar. Simple little quick form to get filled out, and that will go directly to our integrations team. Some of those team members, James Woolley and Nick Donegan, are on this call today. They'll be very excited, like myself, to engage with you on what it looks like that you're using today, how we can work alongside and come together and start generating automatic service tickets for you. And to Nick's point, good point here in the chat, Nick Donegan, that our solutions are free of charge, right? You pay your monthly maintenance fee, and all of our monitoring integration solutions that open and generate auto service tickets are absolutely free here at Service Express. All right, we're gonna stop here for questions. We're actually ahead of time, ahead of schedule. Not too many questions that have came through, which is fine so far, but we're gonna open up now to what type of questions we might have out there, thoughts that are on any of the minds of our attendees. Looks like Alan's had a good experience. Thanks for chiming in on a couple of sands there over the last 5 years. Some customers are that lucky. A good amount of them are not. So I'll keep my fingers crossed and knock on wood for you there, Alan. Thank you for sharing. What other thoughts or questions do we have out there around either what you're using today or the solutions that Service Express can help you with? All right, we'll give it just another 2 minutes here before we close out our session if we don't get any more questions that come in. I'll also open up to James or Nick. Anything else to add, outside of the, here we go from Patrick. Yeah, some great feedback from Patrick there on our service. Thank you.
Verify or Ethion.
Yep, question there from Carol. Does this replace Verify or Ethion? So
I can help on that. I do believe if that's referring to our managed services, Carol, this would not replace it. It would be in conjunction. So the managed services is on more the software OS level that they're monitoring, and then we would be doing the hardware itself.
Matt's looking to see more of the GUI for our appliance, it looks like.
All right. So yeah, Cliff Notes for you, Anthony. With ExpressConnect Monitoring, we're there to speed up the service process. We do have a variety of solutions. Brandon, if you don't mind going to slide 5 again really quick.
Yep.
While you're getting ready, I can answer that other question. So our monitoring is mainly based on hardware. We're looking for serviceable events. We're not doing any network pings. We are just getting those hardware related alerts coming from the system. So we take a non-intrusive approach. We're not going to try to put anything into your OS level. We're not going to try to put anything into your network if we don't have to. So
Exactly. On the slide here, we do have the variety of solutions that we do have. We do like to use the non-intrusive route. So any systems you do utilizing the built-in call home capability, we add Service Express as an additional email recipient. We do have procedures for all the different products that we utilize for that to go through those profiles and ensure those settings. For our monitoring appliance, which is a virtual machine that we can deploy, it's receiving SNMP traps natively from either the iDRACs, ILOs, or from like Cisco OS, iOS, and XOS. That is any version of SNMP. So we do default to V2, but if you do prefer SNMP v3, Matt, we do have the option to do V3 support. But yes, V2 is our default for that. Monitoring integrations, if you have a tool already that you're utilizing, such as SolarWinds, Dell Open Manage, HP OneView, similar to Call Home, we add Service Express as an email recipient. Then our ticketing integrations, that's our more API-minded route to interface with our portal. We do have a certified app in service now, and our ExpressConnect API if customers want to use a more custom solution.
Yeah, I can take that question from Nancy too. It looks, if you do have an integration with us, and let's say you do have more devices going into that monitoring system than what Service Express is covering, what we're doing is we're taking the domain of whatever the email address is coming into us. We tie that to your agreement. From there, we are pulling either host name or serial number out of the alerts. So if that host name or serial number does not match something on our contract, the other alerts get thrown away. So if you're flooding us with alerts from systems that we're not covering, that's fine with us. We're not even looking at them. They don't open tickets. They don't do anything unless it pulls that hardware ID or that serial number out of the alert and matches it.
And yeah, you've got it right there, Anthony. We do utilize those built-in capabilities, so we're initiating that response. So when that event happens, let's say your team having to react, Service Express automatically reacts with our system alert hub, which engages our engineers. So they're reaching out to start the service process, hopefully saving everyone a bit of time there. It does take time to react to those messages or manually look for those amber lights. We want to speed that up and get our engineers ready to go.
It also gives us our engineers a little more info. So
yes.
If some of those, especially storage systems, will give the exact part numbers in the alerts. So instead of our engineers getting a ticket that say, hey, there's a blinky amber light and a failed drive, and they don't know what size the drive is, they can get that alert. They know exactly what drive, what slot, and what part number that drive is. They can show up quicker for service and get you guys taken care of quicker.
Awesome questions. Any others out there? I do see one about our appliance GUI. At this time, we don't have one up to demo, but if you reach out, Matt, for a demo with us, we do have our lab images out there that we can walk you through the full web interface. So for our appliance, we do keep the root OS access to Service Express, but our customers do have a web interface we give you the admin access to. So that's where our features such as our auto configure scripts, or you can view devices that are pointed to that appliance and see some of the device details there.
And just so everybody knows it's still on here, you've all probably been into our portal already to manually create tickets. If you click on your initials up in the top right corner of our portal, you can go to notification setup. And then when monitoring starts, you can get an email saying that there was a ticket generated, that a note was added to a ticket. You can set up all those notifications right in our portal so that you're still getting alerts, even though the tickets are coming to Service Express automatically. And no, this is not an all or nothing. If you only wanted your storage systems on monitoring with us, we're completely fine. You can add whatever you want to monitoring.
Yep, that's correct. To Nick's point, to further explain a little bit, yeah, if you've got 1,000 devices and it makes sense for Service Express to monitor 500 of those for certain technologies, then yeah, we can take a look at that. It is not an all or nothing. So we'll work with you on what's best for you, and we'll share some detailed information on what makes the most sense and working alongside you. I want to say I did, team. I did see Matt had a question too around config backups. James or Nick, would you like to address that question, or is Service Express doing config backups through this?
So yeah, not through our hardware monitoring solution or appliance at the moment. I think that would fall more under our managed service options, depending on the product you're referring to, Matt. But if it is something you're looking for on like the ILOs or Cisco that our appliance could support, we can put it in our backlog and take it to our product owner to request if that's something we can look towards. So all of our products were created from customer suggestion. So if you do have anything that you're wanting to see, but we don't offer yet, let us know. We were more than happy to look into it. And as mentioned, all of our solutions are developed in-house. So if we get enough customers asking, we're going to do our best to make it possible.
Anthony, yeah, Anthony had asked if we were leveraging their SNMP monitoring tool or if we're sending our own SNMP monitoring tool. So with SNMP, we do have that appliance, our virtual appliance, that you guys could stand up and point your devices to that. If you're sending SNMP alerts to something like SolarWinds or an integration that we do already cover, we can definitely utilize that. If you are sending SNMP alerts to something else that we don't cover, as long as we can get the right info, we can try to stand something up for you. You'll just have to contact one of us, and we can work with you to figure that out. Any other questions in the chat? The VM, that runs a hardened version of Debian 12. And when it comes to OS updates and patches, we are coming out with a brand new version that we currently started using Dado on our end to manage our appliances. We're going to be pushing that out start of 2025. So all of our appliances will be fully updated, patched, and ready to go and containerized going forward. Right now, like I said, it's a hardened version of Debian 12. OS updates and patches that does run security patches automatically. When it comes to updating the actual appliance with the Service Express software on it, there is an update button in the interface for customers to keep that updated. But going forward, we are going to be pushing those updates automatically starting next year.
All right, we're almost at time here. Great feedback. Appreciate the feedback, the questions, the interactions. Very much thankful from the Service Express side. Thank you for attending. Myself, James, and Nick will hang on for the last 1 minute and about 20 seconds here if there's any additional questions or thoughts there. If not, we hope from the Service Express team here all that put the webinar together that all of our customers in the US enjoy your day. Customers in the UK enjoy the end of the day, getting there, right? Wish we could flip spots right now, right? We're starting out, you're finishing, but no, we're very, very thankful that you were able to attend our webinar today. And hopefully, you got something out of it, and you can see the benefits. And yep, thank you, Carol. And we're looking forward to connecting to getting monitoring installed with all of our customers.